Hello and welcome to my 15K mod folder release. So there's actually a decent amount of people that have done these type of videos recently for random sub specials or just because they wanted to. So I just wanted to say that the order I'm going to be doing all the mods in is based off of just how many different types of people either use them or how important I think they are, because there's like ones that are like Optifine that pretty much everybody has at this point, but it's in the folder, so I'm still gonna go over it kind of stuff. So I'm gonna work my way down that list, but before we hop into all the specific mod stuffs and settings and all that kind of stuff, I actually was live streaming when I got to 15K, so it was super hype, and we got up to like, I think the most I've ever had on a stream, which was like 275 people at once. It was kind of crazy, but yeah, I'm gonna show a little clip of me getting 15K live on stream, and then we'll hop into that for all the mods and stuff. So hopefully guys do enjoy, and I'll see ya in the video. MFA, we'll do a free for all. Thank you to Zyph for subscribing. Thank you, man. Oh my gosh, we're 2 away from 15,000. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Come on, my dude. Angel just subscribed. 15,000 people. Holy crapola. How's it going, everybody? Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. We got to 15K. 15,000 people. How's it going? What's up? How's it popping? Words and stuff. 15,005. Everybody wanted to be that 15,000 number. Holy crap. Holy crap. Can we get a hashtag 15K hype? Can we get that in the chat? Can we spam it as much as you can? Nobody gets timed out for it. 15K hype, boys. Let's go. Let's go. 15K hype. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Hi, I'm gonna stab you in the face because I'm excited. Let's go. Ah, you're gonna die. Come here. Come here. You know what gets me more excited than block games stabbing people in the face? 15,000 people. Holy lord. 15K hype. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Thank you to Dark Cloud MC for subscribing. 15K hype. Go crazy. Woo! So to start off, we have 2Pi's chat toggler mod. So this mod is super helpful for reducing spam, especially when streaming or recording, because a lot of the time when you're doing either of those, people just like to spam so that they can show up on the screen either in the video or during the stream or whatever. And it's a good way just to minimize all the spam and everything going with that, so you can kind of focus on what you're trying to read in the chat, especially if we're asking for challenges and stuff that we like to do on stream all the time. It makes it just a lot easier to get the feedback from the people in the party and able to hop into the challenge without being spammed by 5 million messages all at once. So another one that kind of goes hand in hand with the 2Pi chat toggler mod is the auto friend mod. So people have commented on videos saying, how did you accept that person's friend request while you were fighting and stuff like that. Basically what it is it's just a convenience thing, because I'm going to go through and accept everybody's friend request anyway, so I might as well make it to where I don't miss anybody. And it's just the basic same idea where they say across the board normally macros aren't allowed, but auto tip and auto GG have both been approved, and both of them, including auto friend as well, all of them aren't really game changing, and none of them really affect PvP or any interaction with people at all. All it is just a convenience thing, the same way that auto tip you can go AFK and gain XP and stuff like that. Same thing as auto GG, where you gain kind of pretty much useless karma points. Adding people as a friend doesn't give you any in-game advantage either, so that's pretty much auto friend. All it does, it clicks the friend accept button. The only time that it doesn't work, I think, is on when staff members send you a friend request, but that doesn't happen all the time, so I think you should be able to manually accept those perfectly fine. So another thing that a bunch of people ask questions about in the videos and just on stream in general is the vanilla enhancements mod. So this is one of the mods from Oren Marshall that just gives you a ton of different in-game stuff that's actually really useful. So if you do the command/E config, it should open up this menu on the side of your screen here, and you're able to like customize and change basically a whole nother set of settings that aren't in your normal Minecraft settings. So you can have your HUD stuff, your hitboxes, blood particles, there's a lot of stuff you can change about inventory, and I'm pretty sure you can also have the potion effects on the side. I use the 5-zig one because that's just what I chose to use, but I'm pretty sure you're able to do that kind of stuff, and you can get rid of different sounds, change your FOV, and it's just a bunch of little stuff that's really minor, but it across the board adds a lot of little tweaks that make it more useful. And so this is just a good menu to go through and customize your own things. Also, one of my favorite parts of it that you'll see on the screen right now is whenever you're fighting and you have an enchanted item, it shows right above your hotbar what enchants it has, so you don't have to open up your inventory to stop and figure it out. Especially if you're getting chased, it's good to know if you have like multiple enchanted things, especially in like a UHC or Skywars when you're trying to sort your inventory but getting snowballed or attacked or whatever. It's just a good way to be able to do stuff a little bit quicker, and it's just kind of more of a sleight of hand thing that helps speed up the process. So the Hypixel Chat mod is one of the mods that I believe Skier created. So basically it shortens chat, makes it a lot more clean and easier to read, I guess. So whenever you're in party chat, if I do /chatp real quick and type something in the party chat, instead of it saying party and taking up a huge chunk of space, it makes it just down to this little P thing. And then also it's the same thing if you type in guild chat. If I do gchat hi like that, it has the little guild message here, and also it has the member thing next to people that are members. And I don't think there's any officers online to show you this, but whenever there's an officer, there is like a little red O here to let you know. So whenever you're talking to somebody, you know what rank they are in the guild. And I believe it has like a big, I think it's a yellow GM, I think, whenever the guild master is talking, like the guy that owns the guild or whatever. So it's just like a little thing. Just a little extra stuff, and I'm pretty sure there's a little more add-ons and stuff besides that, but I mean, I don't really know a whole ton about most of the mods, so I'm just going to tell you the main part that I use them for, and if you know more about it, and people are asking in the comments, feel free to help them out. Because that's always appreciated. Another cool mod that I have in here is the hide join messages mod. It's pretty self-explanatory. Basically, because I have a massive friends list, my chat is always just getting spammed with people joining and leaving and joining and leaving. And when I'm trying to talk to people in chat, when there's 6,000 people or 7,000 or however many people I have on my friends list now, that just constantly are joining and leaving just because of time zones and people joining in at random times. That's just how it works. My chat's just constantly flooded with join messages. So this is actually one of Skier's mods that he had linked me, and it basically hides all those messages. It's kind of annoying when I'm trying to tell if one of my like main people that I'll play with all the time is online, but besides that, it's actually really helpful for removing some of those messages when it starts to spam a little bit too much. This next mod that we have here is Orange Marshall's 1.7 animations mod. This one is probably one of the most noticeable ones that you guys ask about all the time. Basically, this mod makes it look like 1.7 and there's a bunch of different options you can do with it. So actually, whenever you're on Hypixel, or really any server for that matter, there's the ability to do, I believe it's /AN config, I believe, is the animation config, and you can turn on all these different types of options that are from the 1.7 animations mod. The main one that I like, and the reason I actually have it, is because of the block hitting here. And another cool thing is whenever you have your bow, you can actually punch whenever you're after shooting it. So it's it works like the 1.7 thing. Alright, so basically what this allows you to do is before, like while you're drawing up your bow, you can punch with it. So you can do this, like you see how it punches right as you're about to shoot? That part of it allows that to happen. Also, there's a cool thing, you can have this with anything, but especially for eating, like, let's see, I don't have like a gapple or anything to show you an example of, but yeah, whenever you're eating or bow pulled, whenever you get close to something and you're left clicking, it'll punch, but it's just an animation. You see how the block's not actually breaking, and then when I switch like items out of my hand, I can actually break it. Or actually, say I'm going like this, I can shoot, but I can break it normally whenever I'm not drawn back. But as soon as I draw it back, it won't let me do it while I'm still breaking that block. So it just doesn't work for that. So it's actually like a cool little feature thing. And then obviously the block hitting, you guys see it in all my videos. But whenever I'm block hitting, it's like this. While if I did /AN config this way, and I disabled old block hitting, I could make it to where it's like the normal block hit like this. There's actually a guy rushing me. Why are you rushing? I have nothing for you. What are you doing? No, go away. Stop it. But basically, it just block hits like normal here. Oh geez, I'm gonna die. So yeah, that's pretty much the animation stuff. I wasn't really focused on the game. Whatever, it's not a big deal. I gotta say, one of the most useful mods from this as well, if I go into resource packs real quick, you'll see this folder thing. This makes it really easy to organize your stuff, and you can do that outside of this when you open your little like resource pack folder, and it'll open it on your other screen or whatever. But basically what this allows you to do is I can grab, like, for example, I have a new packs folder where these are all the ones that people recently linked me, and I can just put them all in a folder and go through and use whatever I want to from here. And it makes it very easy to swap in and out of stuff and to organize stuff. Like, for example, I did have a folder, I think I removed it, but I did have a folder here that was all my previous versions of my main pack that I had. but I cleared it out because one thing that I have noticed is that if you get too many resource packs and too many individual folders inside of folders and stuff, it starts to lag and it makes this resource pack loader page, like this part that you can see right now, makes this part take forever to load. So if you're using this, just keep in mind, I'm pretty sure there is a limit on it. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I deleted one of my folders of stuff that had a ton of old resource packs in it, and it made it run a lot smoother. But I really like this. It's another organization thing, and Refraction actually was the one that showed me this one. And yeah. Alright, so this next mod we're talking about is Project L. So I actually talked to Skier about this recently, asking exactly what this mod did so I'd be able to, you know, explain it properly. Basically, the idea behind this mod is that it's based around hit detection, because sometimes, especially when you have a lot higher ping, the hit detection is pretty terrible. Like for me, it's not as bad because I have, you know, decent ping or whatever, but Project L, from what Skier is saying, is it doesn't really work too much anymore, because I'm pretty sure one of the admins had gone through and updated the hit detection thing, so what Project L was improving on doesn't really do as much anymore. I personally still keep it in there because, I mean, why not keep it in there? It doesn't lag or add anything extra, and there's a chance for hit detection to work better. So I have it in there. Not really sure if it really does much anymore, but it is noticeable most of the time. Sometimes people can't really notice it, you know, but it is noticeable if it's actually working. When I first got it, it was a huge improvement, and I just kind of got used to it, so I'm not really sure if it's doing much anymore, but I still have it in there because of that. With this next mod we're talking about here is the 5zig mod. So 5zig has a ton of options. 5zig adds all this stuff. It adds the potions on the side, and I'm actually going to be going over the stuff that I have set up. I didn't really mess with adding anybody as friends. I see those friend requests or whatever, they'll pop up in the corner. Basically what that stuff allows you to do is it allows you to go through and actually be able to message people outside of in-game messages. So I guess staff can't really see your messages or whatever, but most of the time if I want to do that kind of stuff, I'll go on like Discord or TeamSpeak or be talking to somebody there. But basically, if I go to customize display, this is what I have set up here. So the little stats thing, this is how it's arranged, and in the settings, these are all the little custom IDs and whatever we have above it. Here's the items. We got coordinates, side by side, direction string, show direction towards on, and then FPS counter is on, and then it's just normal ping as well. That's what I have for that main drop down area over here. And then the other thing we got set up in here is we have the little thing. I never really named this one, but basically it's the potion effects on the side. So if you go into settings, this is what I have set up for here, and the items, colored potion, durability on. Basically what this does is whenever the potion's about to run out, it turns red, so it pops up here and it's very noticeable whenever something's about to run out. And when it's getting close to running out, it turns like yellow, and whenever there's a lot of time left, there's green. So for example, in the lobby, it's infinite, so that's why it's green. But yeah, 5zig, there's a lot more to it. That's pretty much most of what I use it for. I mainly got it for the overlay in the corner here because I wanted to know like ping, FPS, and whichever direction and chords if I'm playing UHC or something. And the potion effects on the side, you can customize how big you want them or whatever. So I just moved it around into this little area, and I thought it looked really nice. So that's the main thing I use 5zig for. You can also do these little things in chat where you have all these like little images and whatever that you can kind of go through and use if you want to. I don't really mess with this too much. Most of the time I just accidentally go over it and it pops up this little menu over the chat, which is kind of annoying sometimes, but besides that, that's pretty much 5zig in a nutshell, for me at least. So this next mod is one of Skier's mods, and this is actually one of the main ones. I'm pretty sure 2Pi was one of the original people that helped develop it, if I'm not incorrect there. I think it's something along those lines, but basically it's auto tip. Most of the people that that play on Skywars and are a relatively high level like this, most of them have auto tip. Whenever they go AFK, it automatically tips the people that have boosters and stuff like that, and it just helps out people that you know, have donated to the server to get boosters and stuff like that. So you can go through, you can do your stats, info, that kind of stuff. One of the main things that I love about this is that before, one of the old auto tip versions, the one that was actually part of the Skull project when I used to use that, it would just spam the crap out of your chat every time it would tip somebody. So you can actually do auto tip messages, and you can set it to either be completely shown where it'll pop up all the time. You can make it compact so it just has a little thing. It's like, oh, you tipped this guy, instead of showing how many coins, or you can have it completely hidden. I personally like to keep it hidden just because I don't like my chat getting spammed, because especially when I'm doing traps and trolling and stuff like that, I like to kind of mess with people and talk to them in the chat and stuff. And so if it's constantly getting spammed by me tipping people, then usually that kind of gets a bit annoying, and I like to personally keep it hidden because of that. There's also, you can just toggle it on or off if you don't want to be tipping people for whatever reason, or I'm pretty sure time, I'm not exactly sure what this does. Does it set it to where, oh, it's just the last time it did tip people? Okay, I wasn't sure if it set it to where it would work for a certain amount of time or not, or something like that. But yeah, One of my good friends, Skier, is one of the main people in charge of this one, so make sure to go get that, you know, gotta go get that, man. This next one is the replay mod. There is a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff you can do with the replay mod. That's what I normally use whenever I am going through and editing like one of my trap montages or something like that. That's what I'll be using, is the replay mod. So basically, if I hop into one of these things, what it allows you to do is you can go back and watch. So this is something that I had gone through and played one time. So if I skip ahead, it'll load it in or whatever. But basically, you can set play, and it'll go around as like a preview of what we were doing before. So this was one of the lobbies I was in, just kind of hanging out. You can see all the people moving around, and you can kind of spectate what was going on in that past game. So like if I was AFK and I want to see what somebody was doing, I can see all the people that are grouped up around me, that kind of stuff. Or, say for example, you go into a game, you can go back and replay and get a second view of it, which is what I actually do for my trap montages all the time. One of the more annoying things about this mod is that it's literally crashes a lot. So most of the time I don't actually end up rendering the camera path. What I personally do most of the time is I'll go back through. If you set a time keyframe like in 2 different places, and then I set like a position one in between or something like that, set one here and set one there. Actually, let's put one at the beginning. Why not? Let me just move the position a little bit. It'll automatically do like a connector path between the 2 places. Add position. There we go. All right, so let's just make this a little bit smaller real fast. But basically, it'll automatically do this for you. So if you go back through and you click play camera path, it'll go back through and it'll go at whatever speed you set it between, and it'll move between the 2 points. So if you go back and there's like a funny moment or something goofy happened in a game, or just like you wanted to show off some cool combo or a montage or something like that, this is just a cool little feature to have cinematics in. I mean, I didn't really spend a lot of time on getting the timing down and everything, but most of the time you can just count out the real seconds in real life or whatever and then set it to that. But yeah, it's just like a little cool replay thing. It crashes a ton, so most of the time I'll just do F1 like this and make this little overlay a lot smaller, and I'll just record it that way with OBS over top of it, because it does seem to crash a lot, which is kind of one of the drawbacks of it. But there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with this. You can actually spin the rotation completely around however much you want to. And it's just like a cool thing to mess around with. And I mean, I've started using it a lot more recently, but I'm slowly getting better at it. So I highly recommend it for videos and stuff. You want to make your videos higher quality. But I really love this mod when it doesn't crash. But when it does crash, it gets really annoying because there's no way to like save it along the way without whenever you have Optifine on it. So yeah, one of the main ones that's pretty much in every single mod pack or anything along those lines is Optifine. Optifine's kind of self-explanatory. Pretty much you can donate to get a cape or whatever. I have a Minecon cape, so I don't really use my Optifine cape anymore. It allows you to zoom and do a few basic things, but the main reason people get it is for the FPS. Optifine's awesome. It's kind of self-explanatory. Pretty much everybody at this point uses Optifine, or if they don't, they should. But yeah, it's a pretty simple mod. It just boosts your FPS a whole crap ton, and you're able to zoom and stuff, so it's pretty cool. Alright, so one of the mods I don't really use too much, I just kind of use it here and there, is the keystrokes mod. I did have it in my mod folder, so I thought why not go over it. I don't really use it too often, but if I do keystrokes mod, you can turn it enabled, and it's right here. And you can basically have it show mouse buttons, so you can have your CPS and stuff like that, and you can be like clicking or whatever, and it'll show up on there. And you can set it to a specific color if you really want to. I personally like having it on the rainbow one, just because it'll go through all of them. It just kind of looks cool in the corner there. But I usually keep it over here, somewhere around there. But I mean, you can have it anywhere, and I'm pretty sure it's based off of your GUI scale. If I go options, video settings, and change my GUI scale down to the smallest thing, I'm pretty sure it gets very small. So if I do keystrokes mod again, dude, this looks so weird. But look, it gets a lot smaller. Obviously, you can have it up in the corner. It's not very noticeable, whatever. Everything's super small with this. Same thing, 5 is affected by that as well, and so does the chat, obviously. It's just everything becomes smaller. I personally don't like playing on this because I can barely see anything on this monitor or whatever. So I normally play on large, and it takes up a huge chunk of the screen. One thing that I either don't know how to do or it just doesn't have the ability to do is make this smaller. I would rather have it like in this little corner, like right here, not have it so big and chunky in the corner here. But I don't know if there's a way to adjust that on this version of it, or if they might possibly add that in the future to where it's separate from the normal GUI scale or whatever. But yeah, that's the keystrokes mod. That's the final mod of the good old mod folder release. And yeah, it's nice and fancy. Don't really use it too much, but it's just a cool thing. I'll randomly throw it on streams and stuff like that. But yeah, that's my mod folder release. So hopefully you guys did enjoy that. There's a bunch of people just crowding me and following me around in the lobby. It's kind of funny. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed and you found this helpful, and hopefully if you like some of the mods, you could download the folder and pick specific ones, or you download all of them and have all the mods that I do. It's up to you, whatever you want to do, man. But yeah, that's about it for this video. Thank you again so much for 15,000 subscribers. It's absolutely freaking insane. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace out, and goodbye.